Jai Hind. Please take your seats. Honorable Vice President, sir, and all the other distinguished dignitaries here on the dais and off the dais, ladies and gentlemen, pleasure to be welcoming all of you in this concluding session, the valedictory session of the two-day National Conference on Environment being organized by the National Green Tribunal. And at the very outset, ladies and gentlemen, we express our heartfelt gratitude and respect to the Honorable Vice President, sir, for gracing the occasion and joining us in this concluding session, the valedictory session. Honorable Vice President, sir, under your guidance, your leadership, and your encouragement, we gratitude and respect to the Honorable Vice President, sir, for gracing the occasion and joining us in this concluding session, the valedictory session. Honorable Vice President, sir, under your guidance, your leadership, and your encouragement, we seek to translate the key takeaways of these 2 days conference and transform them into more impactful actions so that the progress which we make today becomes the foundation for shaping a better future. So thank you, Honorable Vice President, sir, for joining us. And on behalf of everyone present here, may I request the Honorable Chairperson, NGT, Honorable Shri Justice Prakash Srivastava ji, to kindly welcome and felicitate Honorable Vice President, sir, by presenting this special memento. Please join us, ladies and gentlemen, as we extend our heartfelt greetings, our gratitude, our appreciation to Honorable Vice President, sir, Shri Jagdeep Dhankar ji. Ladies and gentlemen, also our warm greetings and gratitude to Dr. Srimati Sudesh Dhankar ma'am. And I would like to invite respected Mrs. Pradipta Srivastava to kindly present the memento expressing our gratitude to Dr. Srimati Sudesh Dhankar. Thank you, ma'am. And may I now request Honorable Srimati Justice Pushpa Satyanarayana, Judicial Member, NGT Southern Zone Ben, Chennai, to please welcome Honorable Shri Justice P.S. Narasimha, Judge, Honorable Supreme Court of India. Thank you. May I now request Dr. A. Senthilwell, Expert Member NGT, to please welcome Honorable Shri Justice Prakash Srivastava ji, the Honorable Chairperson NGT. Inviting and requesting Honorable Shri Justice Arun Kumar Tyagi, Judicial Member NGT, to kindly felicitate Shri Tushar Mehta ji, Honorable Solicitor General of India. And may I now request Srimati S. Vinita, Registrar General NGT, to please welcome Shri Tanmay Kumar, Respected Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, as you know, this conference, the two-day conference, has been organized under the guidance and leadership of the Honorable Chairperson, NGT. So at the very outset, I request Honorable Chairperson, National Green Tribunal, Honorable Shri Justice Prakash Srivastava for his opening remarks.
Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankarji, respected Dr. Srimati Sudesh Dhankarji, Honorable Judge Supreme Court of India, Justice P.S. Narsimhaji, Learned Solicitor General of India, Shri Tushar Mehtaji, Secretary MOEF and CC, Shri Tanmay Kumarji, Honorable Chief Justices and Judges of the High Courts, and all the dignitaries present in this august gathering, media personnel and dear students. A very warm welcome to all of you. At the very outset, it's my utmost honor to extend a warm and respectful welcome to our esteemed Chief Guest, Honorable Shri Jagdeep Dhankarji, the Vice President of India. Sir, your leadership and deep commitment to the nation and environmental governance inspire us all. Your remarkable journey from being a distinguished legal practitioner to serving the highest constitutional office in the country is a testament to your dedication to uphold the principles of democracy, justice, and governance. We are also grateful to respected Dr. Srimati Sudesh Dhankarji to accept our request to join the function. I know Honorable Madam has some prior commitment, but in spite of that, she could take time and join us. We are really grateful for that. I also extend my heartfelt welcome to Honorable Shri Justice P.S. Narsimha, Judge Supreme Court of India. Your distinguished legal expertise and commitment to justice have been instrumental in shaping our legal discourse. Your presence today reminds us of the indispensable role that the judiciary plays in upholding the environmental rights. Equally, it's an honor to welcome Shri Tushar Mehta, Learned Solicitor General of India, whose legal expertise and advocacy have played a crucial role in shaping the environmental litigation and policy implementation in India. It's a privilege to have you with us today. Further, I extend my sincere gratitude and warm greeting to all our distinguished speakers, eminent delegates, scholars, practitioners, and who have contributed to the rich discourse over the past session. I heartily welcome Shri Tanmay Kumarji, Secretary MOEF and CC, who has taken out time and joined us. Our past 2 days, we have engaged in meaningful discussions, exchange of insights, and explored pathways for environmental preservation and sustainability. This conference brought together some of the brilliant minds, scientists, policymakers, legal experts, grassroots activists, united by a shared commitment to protect our environment. The 4 technical sessions in the conference offered valuable insights into key environmental concerns, air, water, forest, and the collective way forward. The first 3 sessions of the conference were on the issue of clean air, preserving natural water resources, and protecting forests and biodiversity. In-depth discussions in these 3 sessions by experts from different fields dissected various dimensions of the problem and worked on the practical solutions. The 4th and final session was the sum-up session of the previous three sessions where key takeaways were focused. Experts in this session explored sustainable solutions, legal framework, and critical role of the judiciary in ensuring environmental justice. As we conclude, I would like to take a moment to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our honorable dignitaries, esteemed speakers, and participants for enriching this conference with their wisdom and experience. I thank the organizers, volunteers, media representatives, staff of the National Green Tribunal, our judicial members, expert members, administrative team, and support staff. I am also thankful to UNEP for extending the helping hand in the conference. As we reflect on the way forward, I am reminded of the words of anthropologist Margaret Mead. I quote, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has," unquote. Each one of us here today is a part of that thoughtful, committed group. Let us pledge to be responsible citizens of this planet, making choices that will secure a greener, healthier, and more sustainable future for all of us. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Lordship, for your reflections and observations on the conference. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we invite the insights and the guidance of our eminent guest speakers. May I first request Shri Tushar Mehta ji, the Honourable Solicitor General of India, whose expertise and commitment to upholding justice have been instrumental in addressing many legal and policy matters. I request him for his address.
The Honourable Vice President of India, Sri Tankar Sahab, Honourable Mrs. Dr. Sudesh Tankar ji, Justice P.S. Narasimha ji, Justice Srivastava ji, Chairman, National Green Tribunal, Tarun Kumar ji, Sri Secretary, Environmental, Forests and Climate Change, Honourable judges present here, and my dear friends, good afternoon to all of you. It's really an honor to stand before such legal dignitaries and luminaries who are not only domain experts but otherwise also they are experts in guiding the spirit of this nation. Friends, our country is one of the only 17 countries which are recognized as mega diverse, having an exceptionally high level of biodiversity. 10% of all recorded species in the world are found in India, spread across a vast number of ecosystems from mangroves of the Sundarbans to the alpine reaches of Himalayas. The rich heritage which we have inherited from our ancestors also vests us with a responsibility and a pious obligation to preserve and protect this heritage and leave the world better for the next generations to come. One of the most pressing environmental issues, as we all know, in the entire country in general and this part of the country in particular, is the hazardous level of air pollution. Vehicular pollution, dust, and several other contributes to the position in which we are right now here. But the government is taking proactive steps and the position is improving, maybe slowly, but certainly steadily. A related issue is water scarcity challenge. As Niti Aayog report has recorded, 600 million Indians face high to extreme water stress. This crisis has affected even our most sacred river, the Ganga, with industrial waste and sewage being pushed into it mercilessly. Another issue is the worsening impact of climate change in the country, with instability in the monsoon, and extreme weather conditions such as heat waves, droughts, etc., at unforeseen events. Recognizing the urgency of these issues, the central government has taken a number of proactive and preemptive steps. In 2019, the National Clean Air Program was initiated for the reduction of air pollution in select cities. In Delhi, especially, the Graded Action Response Plan has been implemented since a couple of years and has started giving the results. At the international level, India has committed to bend zero emissions by 2070 as part of its agreement pledges. While these steps have been beneficial, definitely something more needs to be done, and the government is is not leaving any stone unturned to ensure that we can give a better environment, better diversity, and better world to the next generation. Addressing the environmental issues, which of course requires a collective effort, some of the steps which the government has taken are: to mitigate climate change, India must invest in renewable energy, reduce dependence on fossil fuels, and adopt sustainable agricultural practices, and the government is working very hard, relentlessly, to achieve this. We have also started efforts to reduce, reuse, and recycle. We have limited the waste generation by practicing sustainable consumption. We have adopted clean energy as our priority area, the priority concern, by using solar, wind, and other renewable energy sources. We have started conservation of water by avoiding wastage and support the concept of rainwater harvesting. Plantation of trees is also one of the major factors, and the country is going with full speed on new plantation of new species and other trees. The efforts are being made to create a very positive and conscious awareness to educate others about the environmental protection and sustainable way of living. In conclusion, environmental issues in India are grave and are being taken seriously by the country as a nation. But I must tell every one of you that though the problems are many, they are definitely not unsurmountable and they are not out of control. If we act now, we can restore the balance to nature and ensure a healthier future for generations to come. Friends, let us join hands in making India cleaner, greener, and more sustainable. Every small effort by each Indian will count, and we must take pledge in that direction. I earnestly thank Honorable Justice Srivastava and the National Green Tribunal for giving me this opportunity to spend time with the luminaries of this field. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for bringing us the government's perspective and our nation's interventions towards shaping a more cleaner, greener, and a sustainable tomorrow. And as you said, yahi samay hai, sahi samay hai. This is the time to act now and to walk the talk. Thank you, sir, for inspiring everyone. And now inviting His Lordship, Honorable Shri Justice P.S. Narasimha, Judge, Honorable Supreme Court of India, for his address.
Honorable Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar ji, Dr. Srimati Sudesh Dhankar ji, Justice Prakash Srivastava, Chairman of NGT, Learned Solicitor General Mr. Tushar Mehta, Mr. Tanmay Kumar, Secretary MOEF, Chief Justices of the High Court, Judges of the High Court, advocates, experts, in the field, students, and others. I had an occasion to share some of my thoughts with you in the previous session, and I'm not going to repeat them. My major concern was about how to ensure that our regulatory bodies are institutionalized. I'll stop at that. I had also the occasion to congratulate the chairman for organizing a conference of this nature. I reiterate the same. The reason is threefold. Rather, I should say 4 very important reasons. Conferences like this bring people together and enable sharing of thought. And it will give rise to accepting new vision and new ideas, and some innovative measures can come in. One such occasion I can think of was after a conference, I borrowed an idea, and as an amicus, I made a submission before the court as to how the anthropocentric approach to environment is not suitable for us, and that there should be a shift from anthropocentric to ecocentric. I think it's the first time that in our country, our own Supreme Court accepted the submission, and in international jurisprudence, we were the first country, or rather first court, to shift from anthropocentric to ecocentric. That's the great contribution that we have made. When I ask myself, how did that happen? It happened for the simple reason that that's how we lived. That's what our culture was. We never thought that humans were superior to the environment around. We always believed that the ecology is a living being and we are only a part of it. And therefore, that feature, that attitude of being superior over the environment was never existing. And if you therefore go back to our originality and think simple and provide remedies which are available at our grassroots level, I think we will be able to shift from what was imposed on the environment by the West and give rise to new, simple, and practical ideas for restoring the universe in its pristine position. Second reason why conferences like this are very, very important are that it gives rise to reviewing a coordinated development. We bring together a large number of stakeholders so that we will have a common and a joint vision how to ensure that the environment is restituted. Then the third reason is that it integrates simultaneously the stakeholders. And finally, this effort of NGT, the chairman and its members, is so very important in times to come, because as climate change is coming in and taking over and changing every facet of our life, we must be ready. We must be ready in such a way that we should be able to lead the world with our ideas and innovation. With these 3 thoughts, and again reiterating my congratulations to NGT for organizing this and also for giving me this opportunity, I thank you once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your very inspiring thoughts and views in guiding everyone on environment conservation. Ladies and gentlemen, NGT has prepared a souvenir book entitled Voice of Nature. May I request the Honorable Vice President of India to kindly release the souvenir book. This souvenir book, ladies and gentlemen, chronicles NGT's history, establishing the foundational legal framework that has guided its operations. The book has been made to showcase the NGT's infrastructure, highlighting the principal bench and its network of zonal benches have distributed environmental justice across the nation. Furthermore, it has been made to outline the NGT's judicial functions, emphasizing how it has adjudicated environmental disputes and enforced regulations. Prominent landmark judgments have also been featured, demonstrating how NGT has made an impact through its rulings. NGT, ladies and gentlemen, has also prepared an e-journal, which is a well-curated collection of detailed case notes and full-text judgments. Would like to request the Honorable Vice President, sir, to kindly launch the e-journal with the click of a remote. Thank you, Honorable Vice President, sir. देवी सज्जनों, युवा ऊर्जा, नवीन सोच और दृढ़ संकल्प यही भविष्य के पर्यावरण संरक्षण की आधारशिला है. And ensuring that NGT, ladies and gentlemen, has been inviting many young thoughts and ideas from young minds, from the students of various educational colleges and institutions. We now recognize their work, and I would like to request the Honorable Vice President, sir, to kindly felicitate the faculty and the students, sir. So, ladies and gentlemen, in the very category of water conservation, appreciation to Karodimal College. And we have Professor Dinesh Khattar and the student Vyom Sharma joining us. We have Dayal Singh College in the category of environmental conservation and eco-friendly practices. Professor Vinod Kumar Paliwal and the student Dipanshu Dev Rana joining us. That's Dayal Singh College being recognized in the category of environmental conservation and eco-friendly practices. Professor Vinod Kumar Paliwal, along with the student, the young mind, Dipanshu Dev Rana. Appreciation to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University in the category of urban forestry, Padma Shri Professor Dr. Mahesh Verma, along with Shruti Agarwal, accepting the recognition. NLU Delhi, ladies and gentlemen, and we have Dr. Kinkor Lamar, along with Dia Jaiman, the student. In the category of solid waste management and air pollution control, they extended their ideas. Recognition now to Delhi College of Arts and Commerce. We have Dr. Pyare Mohan Maharana and Vivek Singh Katayat, the student, in the category of agri-tourism. Appreciation now to Miranda House, and we have Professor Dr. Vijay Lakshmi Nanda and the student Pankhuri Mittal in the category of medicinal plant propagation. Next, ladies and gentlemen, appreciation to Hansraj College, and we have Dr. Aparna Bansal along with the student Shivani Bharti, the category of Yamuna River Cleaning Drive, in which they extended their ideas. Appreciation now to Hindu College, Professor Reena Jain and Yukti Kasodnia, the student receiving the recognition plastic recycling and reuse. On this topic, they extended their innovative ideas and concepts. Raghubir Singh Junior Modern School, and we have Miss Nalini Singh Rajput, along with the student Virat Vrat Chandan, ladies and gentlemen, the young boy here, shaking hands with the Honorable Vice President and appreciated for his work. In the area of green infrastructure, ladies and gentlemen, he extended his ideas. That's the blessings coming from the Honorable Vice President to the young Virat. And now we have Ramjas College, Professor Ajay Kumar Arora, along with Tanu Raval, who's a student. They extended their bright ideas on circular economy. And now, Modern School, Barakhamba Road, we have from the faculty, Dr. Vijay Datta, and the student, Unnati Kapoor. They extended their ideas on environmental awareness. Thank you, Honorable Vice President, sir, and many congratulations to everyone. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we move towards the guidance of the Honorable Vice President of India, so please join me as I request Honorable Shri Jagdeep Dhankar ji for his valedictory address.
Good evening, all of you. Frankly, I'm not used to such kind of order. I'm more used to disorder in the House. And secondly, when I sit in the chair, as Chairman Rajya Sabha, on my right is the government, on the left is the opposition. Today there's a strange combination. Excellence, sublimity of bar and bench on my right side. One regret that I have of parting with the jealous mistress, the legal profession, by becoming Governor of State of West Bengal and now the Vice President, I did not have the occasion to appear before one of the finest judges of this country, Justice P.S. Narasimha. And similarly had no occasion to cross swords with another legal luminary, Shri Tushar Mehta, our source of inspiration, motivation for me. Because rarely there is combination where dedication, excellence, commitment, and nationalism converge. Very soothing experience. Justice P.S. Narasimha, Justice Supreme Court of India, Justice Prakash Srivastava ji, Chairperson National Green Tribunal. I know him while he was Chief Justice, Calcutta High Court, while I was in Kolkata, because the High Court continues to be known as Calcutta High Court. Exemplified highest judicial decorum and standards, and was not eyesore to anyone fructifying, game-changing decisions. A Chairman Green Tribunal, National Green Tribunal, you know what he is. But I must share one thing that is common between us. We both fear our wives. Pradeepti is here, so is Dr. Sudesh. They are our strength. Shri Tushar Mehta ji has equal challenge in the family as we have. No issue on that. Shri Tanmay Kumar, an IAS officer, I have admired him for a long time, he knows it. So he was a little stunned that I still recollect that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, nothing has happened to me by virtue of these constitutional offices. I am what I am. The only loss that I have is the legal profession is known as a jealous mistress. I quoted the jealous mistress when I joined the bar, the year I was married. So along with my wife, there was a jealous mistress. But it was very thoughtful of President of India Ramnath Kovindji, he chose 20th of July 2019 that I forsake the jealous mistress because that happened to be the birthday of my wife. We have in the audience distinguished Chief Justices, Acting Chief Justices, judges, lawyers, environmentalists, boys and girls. But I must recognize the presence of some. Justice Vishwanath Somadar, I have one thing in common with him. We both belong to Daughters Club. He has a daughter, so do we have. And had the satisfaction of knowing him for long. Justice Ashutosh Kumar, Acting Chief Justice, Patna High Court, I'm sure I'll be making some mistake. So I leave it at that. My greetings to all of you. When I reflected on 20th of July, my wife's birthday, it doesn't end there. 20th of July, Neil Armstrong in 1969 landed on moon for the first time. But my wife was born 12 years before. But what Neil Armstrong said is extremely relevant today for what we are discussing and deliberating. Neil Armstrong reflected, I quote him, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." That is what we need to deal with the issue. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's a privilege to address the valedictory session of this National Conference on Environment. Grateful to Chairman Prakash Srivastava for securing convergence of over 1,200 environmental experts, judicial and administrative minds, as also most vital stakeholders, young boys and girls. They are supremely interested both in democracy and environment. They will go a long way. I am confident the deliberations over the last 2 days must have been very fruitful and must have generated a lot of hope and possibility. Our planet faces, in the shape of climate change, not an ordinary challenge. It's an existential challenge. And nature of the existential challenge is unknown to history ever before. The situation is critical and cliffhanging and far too long, engaging attention of everyone, governments and people all over the globe. The solution to this burning issue is complexed by the belief that someone else will fix it. This is not to be true. We'll have to do it on our own. There is now live realization of this menace. It has to be moderated to begin with and solved by all of us in tandem and togetherness. Resolute addressing of the problem is paramount, and neither we have the time nor we have another planet to cohabit. This problem of huge dimensions has to be fixed by all individuals, acting individually, organizations and the governments with immediate, urgent, concerted and sustained effort. Let me share with the distinguished audience. Everyone is positioned to make his or her contribution. And the contribution, when converges in totality, will be result-oriented. We need to realize we are trustees of everything offered by Mother Earth, and there is divine ordainment that we must pass on to the future generations all this in good shape. Writing on the wall, have we done it? Answer comes from within, certainly not. The present scenario is alarming, daunting, and far distanced from what it should have been. In such a scenario, an institution like the National Green Tribunal, in the largest democracy, habitat for 1/6 of humanity, is playing vital and significant role, catalyzing scenario for containment and searching for solutions. I join Justice P.S. Narasimha in complimenting Justice Srivastava for taking this initiative, and it is not a day too soon. India happens to be the third country, as was reflected, not by this number as such, by Shri Tushar Mehta, that we have taken a number of initiatives, innovative steps, affirmative government policies in the country. But we were amongst the first three in the world to have an institution and regulator like the National Green Tribunal. Distinguished audience, not many countries in the world can claim to have civilizational depth which we as Bharat have. Thousands of years of civilizational ethos. Long before sustainability became a global buzzword, much long before, centuries before it became global buzzword, India lived it for centuries, where every banyan tree was a temple, every river a goddess, and waste an unknown concept in a civilization that worshipped circularity. Our Vedic literature is gold mine for nurturing of Mother Earth and propagating harmony between man and nature. From Ayurveda's live in harmony to Gandhi's world has enough for need, not for greed. The wise sage who transformed democratic landscape of the world, bringing about change through non-violence. He said, world has everything, earth has everything for need, but not for greed. India's DNA carries the only vaccine against ecological collapse, conspicuous consumption. We only have to read what is there in our gold mine. Environmental depredation, if we see the cause of it, it is brought about on the planet only by one species amongst living beings. We do it. No one else does it. Distinguished audience, we have to be aware. The planet is not exclusive to us. We are not its owners. Flora and fauna must flourish and blossom alongside, and so must all other living beings. In such a scenario, man will have to learn to live in harmony with nature and other living beings. Are we doing it? No. Every technological development increasing human prowess is used to captivate and make others' life vulnerable, other living beings. There will have to be individual focus on optimal utilization of resources of the nature. This has to be our habit. Our fiscal power, our fiscal capacity cannot determine the use of natural resources. The consumption has to be optimal. We are paying heavy price already for reckless exploitation of these resources and thoughtless consumption, conspicuous and lacking empathy. Distinguished audience, protecting Earth for future generations, an urgent need calls for sustainable practices that recognize nature's inherent worth while reconciling conservation with development needs. It's a delicate balance, and NGT is required to navigate the fine print of it. Human activities, particularly climate change and water management, now influence seismic events. Studies have revealed earthquakes, we all know, are normally because of tectonic processes. But then the way we conserve waters, build dams, and get them emptied is a cause of profound impact on geological situations. And therefore, there is global need to evolve and believe in environmental ethics. This underscores humans' moral obligations to protect and preserve the environment, recognizing nature's intrinsic value and the interconnection of all living beings. I can assure you, once we lose it, we know the worth of it. Let us realize the worth before we lose it forever. Both ecological extension and conservation ethics advocate harmonious human-nature relationship, and so easy to bring about. It doesn't call for anything but a positive mindset towards life. We have to focus on environmental preservation and prudent resource stewardship for generational sustainability. Friends, global environmental challenges necessitate cross-border cooperation and innovative strategies that simultaneously advance ecological sustainability and economic development. No individual, no group, no nation can by itself resolve this issue. It has to be done by one and all on the planet. There will have to be convergence. I am so glad that a step has been taken by the chairman, NGT, Mr. Srivastava, by having this conference. More of it, and it's kind of needed. Environmental security must inform nuclear policy also. We all know weapon systems have huge ecological impact, from manufacturing through potential deployment, pose existential risks that undermine their purported security benefits. Something that is for security will result in our defacement from the planet. There has to be a thought process. Developed nations must transcend political boundaries in environmental thinking, adopting models where planetary health becomes foundational to human prosperity and well-being. They cannot isolate themselves. Okay, we are doing fine. We have means, technological means, to generate a healthy ecosystem. It can last for some years, but not forever. They will have to be enveloped into the menace if they do not join the rest of the global community. Friends, just look around. Proliferation of air purifiers, masks, water filters, generators, usually witnessed in last few decades. They represent the grievous symptoms of environmental degradation rather than solutions. Authentic progress requires eliminating pollution sources. We have to eliminate them because they are created by us. They are man-made. Transforming our relationship with nature and exploitation to stewardship. The Bhopal gas tragedy, lessons still unlearned. The Union Carbide leakage of 1984. I think, if I'm not wrong, it was in 2015 that Justice Srivastava, the judge of the Madhya Pradesh High Court, dealt with, as a commissioner, what compensation could be given. It was mega environmental negligence. Even after 4 decades, families suffer generation after generation, genetic disorders and groundwater contamination. 30 years after it, as I reflected, Justice Srivastava dealt with an issue for welfare of the victims. Just imagine how pathetic was the lack of awareness. We did not have an institution like NGT. We did not have a regulatory regime that could address the issue. Things would have been very different if there had been a regulatory regime of the current level then. Distinguished audience, there is a growing concern that environmental justice often follows a troubling pattern of 4 Ds: delay, deny, dispose, dissolve. This cycle must be broken. I am happy to note NGT is catalyzing sensitization on all fronts on this aspect. And I am sure intervention to the NGT exercise will be scarce. It is an expert body. I am not for a moment questioning anybody's authority or power, sir. But then when expert bodies function and have the facility of getting expertise from people who are really knowledgeable, installing their action delays environmental protection. It is soothing to note that National Green Tribunal shift from delay to decisiveness, from denial to accountability, from mere disposal to true restoration, and from dissolution to sustainable resolution is increasingly getting respect of the people, institutions, corporate world, and workers. Our environmental jurisprudence in the country has to grow by looking into our reservoir, I said, gold mine, reflected in our Vedic literature. Fortunately, trends are emerging that now transcend remediation to embracing ecological preservation as a fundamental mandate. Why should we get into remediation, repair? Let us keep an eye, eagle's eye. Let us keep it in deep focus. Why should there be not preservation? I must admire and compliment the chairman NGT. He has spared no efforts to secure scientific expertise to assist, and this is turning out to be a cutting edge to NGT's adjudicatory functions, helping it play a visionary role in environmental governance. The tribunal's environmental jurisprudence is progressively integrating emerging scientific understanding with established legal doctrines, and I can share it with you, having had modest global exposure. The tribunal's judgments are looked with great deference globally. Invoking the power to interpret the Constitution the Supreme Court has, and I would say earliest in the world, given dimensions to Article 21, that healthy environment and right to clean air are integral, inalienable facets of Article 21. Friends, despite the synergy between our constitutional values and cultural ethos, there is now urgent need to deal with citizenry neglect that is widely evident. I reflect on occasions, no Indian who is abroad throws a banana skin out of a running vehicle. No one does it. Why we have negligence on our holy land? Citizens must be sensitized and made aware. Such kind of conferences, as indicated by Justice Narasimha, play a pivotal role because they get media attention and traction. Steps have been taken by the government, and I can share it, many steps. They're game-changing. Toilet in the house, gas connection in the house. Just imagine making that kind of bulbs, making solar power available. Just imagine, just a decade ago, our solar power capacity was in single-digit gigawatt. It is now beyond 100 gigawatt. We have International Solar Alliance here. During G20, India took the initiative for biofuels. So world is changing, but India is changing fastest in last 10 years, both in economy, infrastructure. we need to do more because we have to lead on the front foot for the entire world and humanity. Vasudeva Kutumbakam. At an individual level, we have to be constantly mindful of the environment as guided by one of the Panch Prans, पर्यावरण संरक्षण. ये हमारा धर्म है, ये हमारा कर्म होना चाहिए, ये हमारा दैनिक कर्म होना चाहिए. इसको करने से हम खुद को लाभ कर देते हैं, समाज को लाभ देते हैं, देश को देते हैं, दुनिया को देते हैं. We should proactively try to reduce our carbon footprint. And mind you, India is the only country where the Prime Minister could declare that not only we abide by the Paris Declaration, but we will meet the target ahead of other nations, and the world has applauded us. The way I look, Chairman Srivastava, to NGT, N for nurturing, G for green, and T for tomorrow. So NGT for me is nurturing green for tomorrow. Friends, this is not just wordplay. It is vision of an institution that connects law, science, and ethics to transform our relationship with nature. Let us draw from our Vedic roots, wield cutting-edge tools, and uphold climate justice with unwavering resolve. Shanti Path from Yajurveda, I'll conclude with that. Let peace prevail in the sky and space. Let peace reign and radiate in earth, in water, and in all plants. Let peace prevail everywhere. जो शांति है, अंतरिक्ष शांति है, पृथ्वी शांति आप है, शांति है, वनस्पति शांति है. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. The earth is not for us to conquer. It is for us to cherish and pass on to posterity, to future generations. The NGT, with its blend of judicial mind and moral clarity, is uniquely positioned to lead the charge under the guidance of Justice Prakash Srivastava. I am grateful for this opportunity. Thank you, everyone, for your patience.
Thank you, Honourable Vice President, sir, for your very inspiring and thoughtful address, inspiring everyone's ethical, moral, spiritual and individual responsibility. Ladies and gentlemen, may I request you all to please rise for the national anthem. To please rise for the national anthem. Jai Hind. Thank you once again, Honourable Vice President, sir, for your very thoughtful